Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show, everyone. Tonight's subject is United by Truth, Racism, Justice, and Accountability Across America. Just want you to know that the views and opinions expressed by guests and clips presented on this program are their own and do not represent the views of the Johnny Binder Show. The content provided is for informational and commentary purposes only. The show makes no claims of veracity or independent verification. Viewer discretion is advised.
Those individuals that complement your gifts, your calling, your greatness, your potential, your purpose, your assignment are coming into your life. I decree right now that where you sunk, God is lifting you up. He's pulling you out of a pit. I decree depression is lifting, oppression is going, darkness is fleeing, and I say, let there be light. I decree the spirits that torment you, your assignment is over. I decree by the decree of the watchers that you are born for such a time as this. Arise, shine, for your light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. I decree now, it is not by your might nor by your power, but it's by the Spirit of the Lord. And the enemy has come in like a flood. The Spirit of the Lord is lifting up a
flee now. In Jesus' name, in Jesus' name, no authority, the blood, the blood, heaven backing me up, angels on assignment every time I speak up. No weapon formed, it will never prosper. I'm covered by the blood, yeah, I'm walking proper, yeah. You've been trespassing, time is up now. Eviction notice, you can't stay now. Kingdom authority, when I open my mouth, every demon gotta bow right now. The righteous bold, yeah, I roar like a lion. Word in my mouth, every devil compliant. Light in me, ain't no darkness surviving. Holy Ghost fire, the Spirit alive. I plead the blood over me in my house. Every curse broken, I'm free right now. Every chain shattered when I call his name. Jesus got the victory, forever he reigns. I denounce you. Every spirit, every lie. The righteous are bold as a lion.
I don't even know where to start from that question because there's no country anymore. As we are today, Nigeria is gone. What we have is a carcass, and life is short and brutish. We're all on edge. We are the victimhood that a lot of people refuse to see coming to us. We are all there. And unfortunately, we do not have a president. We have someone who rigged his way into office, an illegitimate president, and who doesn't care. And of course, anyone who is ready to do anything, snatch it, run with it, and all of that to get into office, they don't care about the people. They don't care. There's no empathy. And that's what we're seeing today. And Nigeria has gotten into a place where you're not even sure that you're going to see the next day because you might be a victim, might be taken away even from inside your own house. And that's where Nigeria is right now.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
I followed you.
1 minute, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the Johnny Binder Show. I have 3 guests on tonight. I've never had 3 on at one time. So from the TikTok, we teach knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. We want to teach our young people how important they are because some kind of way they done gave this young man 35 years for, and he did nothing, and he didn't stack nobody, none of that. He pulled him into him, and then all of a sudden at Walmart, this fool shoots into the car and unalive one of our 1-year-old child. So us young people and us older people, we got to come together, the old school and the new school, where we can be empowered and get rid of these devils and animals from taking our children's life and disrespecting us with a crazy president that told them whatever they do is all right. But God is the author of peace and not confusion. And everything they done to us, God said it like this. He said, what you done to the least of them, you also done unto me. He said, suffer the little children, forbid them not. Let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of these, you rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. Y'all keep playing with our children and see what the hell gonna happen to you. Because we ain't no punks. You keep playing with our children and all hell gonna break out. You watch and see. When Malcolm say by all means necessary, God got death angels all over the world. Storms, pledges. You people are rotten. And police like that are rotten. He's an animal to shoot a 1-year-old child in the car for some diapers. Then they find out she ain't took nothing. Your day coming, boy. You're going to prison with a gasoline jacket on. May God bless you. May God keep you. We teach knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. For my young people on the night, love all three of y'all. We love you. Y'all are wonderful, and we can't do without you. And black woman, you the mother of earth, and all life come from you. You don't owe nobody nothing but God. So get ready for this show. Let's go.
Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show, everyone. Today's subject is United by Truth, Racism, Justice, and Accountability Across America. So thank you for joining from wherever you are listening on Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and as always, we appreciate all of your support. Share the message, share the wealth, and just know that the Johnny Binder Show, we are expanding, we are growing, and we would like your help in doing that. So if you want to continue to support this show, which is Black media, we are Black media, and keep us so that we can expand. We like to be more present in the streets, boots on the ground. So it takes equipment to be able to do that. And also we're looking forward to expanding into a larger studio. So I'll put it on the screen. You see Cash App. It's $JBS Live. That's $. J as in Johnny, B as in Binder, S as in Show Live. We appreciate any amount of donation that you can make. And the logo will be in the lower right-hand corner of the screen throughout the show so that you can make your donations. We appreciate your support and thank you. So as we get ready to jump into the show, excuse me. Here, there we go. There's the logo. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Ms. Price and myself. And I want to say the first clip we're showing is from two attorneys that I actually discovered on the Willie D show earlier today. And when I tell y'all, these brothers are tough. They have a podcast called Not Guilty Boys. They are two attorneys out of Dallas, Texas. Their record is 17-1. And the way they break down the Karmelo Anthony case, it picks up our conversation from the show from yesterday, because we had this big debate on the show as to whether or not Karmelo should have taken the stand. And one of the brothers goes into what the preparation that would have taken. And he also dissects the defense's case to some degree so that we'll understand what went wrong. It just wasn't the jury. It just wasn't the jury. So there are many ways that they can appeal this particular verdict. So let me go ahead and add them to the screen. Oh, Lord. My apologies, y'all. That Antifa thing, I think, is bothering me. But we'll get into that moment after this.
Now I'm in my podcast. I'm just going to pick up where I left off, Trip, you there? Basically, Trip, what I was saying is that the Metcalf twins were previously investigated by the ISD, by their coaches, and by their high school for threatening some opposing school cheerleaders at a Raising Cane's after a football game. Verbatim, told the cheerleaders, that they hands are bisexual and can knock a bitch out. This is reported information. These cheerleaders were scared for their lives. Frisco ISD knew that. Frisco ISD knew that. The high school knew that they threatened these cheerleaders. If you threaten a cheerleader as a big bad football player, you'll threaten anybody. You ain't scared of nobody, especially when you got your twin right there and he on that same thing you on. They threatened them girls. The girls, and these are white girls, not black girls. These are little white cheerleaders who went and told their parents. And they filed every complaint necessary to Austin and Hunter Metcalf's coaches, to the school, and to the ISD itself. And they were placed on investigation. And guess what? Mike Howard knew it. Karmelo Anthony's attorney knew it. Karmelo Anthony's attorney chose not to call them after subpoenaing the records for that investigation, and chose not to use it. And chose not to use it. That goes to their propensity for violence. That goes to the twins' reputation in the community. That goes towards Karmelo Anthony's mindset at the time that he acted and why he needed to defend himself. That's what that goes to. You know what I'm saying? So for that not to be utilized, I just don't understand. And, I was in Dallas County today, and, occasionally I see Mike Howard. I don't really know the guy personally, but I see him sometimes in the hallway as we walk and handle our cases. But I didn't see him today. I didn't see him today. I was looking for him today. I had some questions for him today, and I didn't see him today. I thank God I didn't see him today, because I was already emotionally heightened about what happened to that boy. And just thinking about everything that I know he did and didn't do, it probably would have been some bad words coming from me. But let me just move on for that, because this is not about me or my emotions. This is about Karmelo and the defense or lack thereof he received in his trial. So again, there's credible, tangible, documented evidence that these boys are violent, and that wasn't used by Karmelo Anthony's attorney in a self-defense case. Because if Karmelo may have heard through the grapevine, man, don't mess with the twins, man. Them twins over there at the Memorial, they be tripping. You don't want fool with them. They be on something, man. They crazy. If he knew that about them, then he already knew what they was on. So, that is important, that the jury should have heard about that. As a skilled murder trial attorney, I'm telling you, they should have heard about that. And quite frankly, that's ineffective. That's exactly what that is. And I'm not coming from my own opinion about that. I've only talked to about 30 or 45 defense attorneys today. 30 or 45 defense attorneys who have no idea what the strategy was, or if there was a strategy at all. 30 or 45 defense attorneys asking why was there no mitigating evidence. Come on, no mitigating evidence? Man, I wish Drew was over here. Drew, where you at? No mitigating evidence? Come on, man, we mitigate a Class C ticket. How you mitigate? We show proof of employment, show character witnesses. We do that on the lowest level of marijuana cases. Every attorney mitigates in every case. Why?
You have a comment, Minister?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. Again, the litigation, young man, I guess you don't know what's going on. And you, TikTok, he was never going to litigate. I'm going to say this one more time to the world. He had been in a law firm with the DA. They was all in a kangaroo courtroom. Kangaroo courtroom, they been set up. He's ineffective assistant counsel. He was never going to tell, never going to even bring in where the boy was not even staffed. He wasn't staffed. He pulled him into it. So he was never going to litigate. He was never going to cross-examined. He was never going to do anything but take that $600,000. I guess he took it. Take the $600,000 home to him and his wife. The boy is an animal. They don't give a damn about no Karmelo. This is what they do. Slavery is still here. The willingness letter, 1712, fear, distrust, and envy. It's supposed to be over in 2012. We're in 2026. But it said it'll be a perpetual cycle and keep going. And that's what's going on right now. So the young man, we love him. But they never going to litigate. They ain't going to never do nothing. The lawyer working with the DA. I don't know why we can't get this in your head, TikTok. The lawyer worked with the DA, the judge, all of them together. That's why the judge just retired, where he wouldn't mess up his $1 million pension. So he retired because he know when they come back, they can stop his pension. So the judge, I'm through with this case. Oh, it was so much. It wasn't nothing so much, punk. You know what you did? You helped cross that child and let 21 people tell 21 different lies. That's what's going on. We keep on playing with this court system. This young boy has been kidnapped. He had no justice, didn't do nothing to nobody. 4 boys ran over there, and Hunter started all of that. And the boy was backing up, and they snatched him in, and that's when the thing hit him. The boy wasn't trying to do that. He was trying to get away with the thing in his hand. So again, y'all that don't know, call us. We'll teach you. We know what happened. We got the evidence. The 3 people seen the tape. They snatched him into him. And the forensic will show you. And the autopsy will show you. The forensic, once they prove, Ms. Price, that it was dealt with, the case is dismissed. And it's been tampered. And then the autopsy said he was never stabbed. So how did it happen then if he wasn't stabbed? He's out of here. Want to lie. And mother, whoever you are, I love you. And we didn't want your child gone. But your silly husband teaching that racism to your children, he's a part of it. Children are
okay. With all due respect, Minister,
yes.
the attorney that you were just looking at, him and his partner actually were working with the family, and they helped them assemble the appellate team. So I don't think it's that they're denying what happened. I think it's just that lawyer mentality and that lawyer thinking where he's speaking in terms to build a case from them because he's just showing blind spots. So, he know what he's talking about, but attorneys are not going to always come at you like a minister.
And I love him, but I'm gonna do the I'm not.
But you can do the all you want to, but I'm just speaking on them because they have been.
I'm gonna litigate, and I love him, and I know what he's doing. He's setting up his stuff right, and then he'll come back and say he's ineffective assistant counsel.
He already said that. Yeah.
Okay, and then they'll prove. Thank God. Then they'll prove in the courtroom where they both in the same law firm. So the case is automatically dismissed. It's going to be a new trial. There's no way out of it. Thank you. Thank you, TikTok.
And if you could move the phone, Minister, because your TikTok phone so that you can stay centered on the main camera. Appreciate you. Thank you. Much better.
TikTok. Let's go.
Okay, we're going to go here just a little bit more. I may skip through and when his partner actually joins the conversation.
Let's go with it.
Why was there no mitigation for Karmelo Anthony in his murder trial? Where he's been accused of being a murderer. Let me tell you what else I found out today that's actually true because I talked to this mama. Karmelo Anthony saved somebody's life before. Somebody was drowning. Karmelo Anthony, the good kid he is, good Samaritan he is, jumped in and saved him.
He's stellar.
In the hometown from where they're from. And that mama today thinks that Karmelo Anthony is a superhero. This is about 3 or 4 years ago. It was in it's a news article on it. Why wasn't that brought up when the state is calling him a murderer, cold-hearted? Why wasn't he humanized? Why didn't his defense team put a persona on that to say, no, that's not who he is. That's not who he's a great kid. This is the kid he is. Some people think he's a superhero because he's actually saved lives before. Okay. So we got a bunch of questions. Let me get to the questions. We got a bunch of questions. The question is, how did it be all white jury, no blacks on the jury? It's as simple as this. It's a number games. What up, YD? There you go. There you go. There you go. And I'll say this as humbly as I can say, you know, one of the best attorneys in Texas, Attorney Andrew Wilkinson, now on the live and now in the game and ready to fight for Carmelo. But we gonna get past that.
100%.
What up, YD?
It's all good, baby.
I can't hear you, baby. You good?
Yeah, I say, can you hear me?
Okay,
Can you hear
so
me now?
I'm telling these people, we're talking about jury selection. We're talking about jury selection and why there was no black jurors on this jury. Well, like I'm telling the people, when we go to trial in a Collin County, they're going to say, well, only what, 10 to 11% of our entire county is black, and the rest of the county is non-black. So if this is, the jury is supposed to be a cross representation of your peers of the community. So if there were 600 potential jurors, that means at least 60 should have been black. Okay.
Right. Every
It
team.
also depend on where they placed that in this jury pool, because the people in the back of the 600 are really, really not likely to get called. It's only the people towards the front of the 600. And then when it comes to jury selection, black people, we complain, but we just got to show up. We got to show up. That's the way that we can effectuate change in this judicial system. We got to show up for jury duty. And when we show up, it's not an inconvenience. You're not trying to get off the jury. You try to get on the jury. I'll say that again. Black people, mama and them told us wrong. You just go and try to get out of, say this, and they won't put you on the jury. Don't do that. The more people that's likely to get on the jury is the people that don't say anything. The people that don't talk, they're more likely to get on the jury, because it's not a selection, it's a deselection. We eliminate the people we don't want, and whoever's left over, that's who's selected from the jury. But in Collin County, when you don't have many blacks out of the group to choose from, it's highly likely you're not going to get any blacks. And then I heard that there was 3 black women left over, and the DA struck all 3 of them, and Mike Howard objected. That's a good objection. They tried to say they struck those 3 women because they was in education. They may have some ties one way or the other to the Metcalfs or the Anthonys. Nah, they really struck them because they was black. Let's call a spade a spade. They didn't want nobody to relate to Karmelo Anthony on that jury. So, you know, Mike Howard objected. The judge denied it. That was the right objection. You know, another thing you probably can do is just challenge the whole jury array at the very beginning. When you get that list as an attorney and you see, oh no, it's 100 people here, but only 2 are black to choose from, you got to challenge it right then and there. See, this is decades and centuries of game to this. These white folks has put this system together over decades, so they got levels to it. So what I'm saying is, no, you don't go in and try to get kicked off the jury. Go in and be quiet. They say it's a black man on trial. Can you send him to jail? Yeah, I can send him to jail. That's what you say in jury selection process. But when you go back in that deliberation room, then you stand on business. I guarantee you that's what the Caucasian people do. They hold their hand till they get in that deliberation room. They don't show their racism till they get in that deliberation room. They don't show their biases and prejudice until they get in that deliberation room. Y'all got to know how to get on the jury, black people. It's time out of not going to jury duty. Hey, how can I get out of that? That's one way we can effectuate change, plus voting. We got to go be on that jury. YD, you got anything you want to say to the people?
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you on this one, Drew.
You're going to have to break it up in 2 minutes and 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm finna, we're going to stop right here while we pause. What do you think about what he said so far, y'all?
Miss Price?
I mean, I agree. Us as a black community, we do avoid jury duty for whatever reason. We're not getting paid enough. Like I'm leaving my $18 hour job just to get $6, for the day. We're so backwards about, what justice is, and we're ignorant to the fact of how the justice system is not really for us. It was made to I hate to use the word condemn, but that's the best word I can come up with now. Condemn us. But yeah, I believe when this appeal comes for Karmelo, all of this is going to come out. It has to be a new trial. It just has to be, for the simple fact that, an all-white jury is not of his peers. That's A. The way the DA and the lawyer used to work together, and then the friend of the father of the boy that was unalived was friends with the judge. It's so many things that, there was a discrepancy, and they should have never, it should never have been that type of trial.
I agree. And in the video, as it plays on, he gets into that the judge gave some instructions that he shouldn't have gave, that didn't have any legal, they didn't have any legality to them, or any legal, I can't think of my word now. They weren't legal. They have any law behind them. They weren't substantive. And he was saying that, yeah, they can appeal based on that, because, and even what you said, Minister, when he was telling them to hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
The legality of what the judge did,
yeah.
the lawyer, when he heard the judge say something that wasn't consequence with that, that's why we want to go after his license. I don't just want to get an effective assistance counsel. I want to get the family to help us go after their license. The DA and the lawyer, they kangarooed that courtroom. Kangaroo, ladies and gentlemen, mean they crossed him, hung him purposely. It was not no joke. They was in the back room and figured how they were going to do that. That's why I ain't called nobody. He wasn't going to do nothing. And show wasn't going to put that boy on the witness stand, because the boy might have been prolific and spoke the truth of how it happened and how he was snatched into it. He didn't want none of that, because it went with the autopsy. So he wouldn't let him go on the witness stand. The young bride probably want to go on the witness stand. But no, I don't think it's a good thing to go on there. All that was set up. And like the guy said, when you got a jury pool and ain't but 5 or 6 blacks on it and 90-something whites, whoop, you stop that right. No, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. No. We need 45, 50 blacks on here so we can have something to pick up, because this is not a jury of his peers. So it was across from day one. That whole thing was moved from one county to another one. That whole thing was set up. They set that up. We seen lynching, kangaroo, Jim Crow, all that in one way. So God has started showing us that these people's never going to treat us right, man. So we have to do for ourselves. And these lawyers coming, and these appeal lawyers coming, what I'm saying, they know. So we have enough evidence. We have enough evidence to overturn the case. They're going to retry it. But if they retry it, they're not going to like it. We're going to whoop him, man. We're going to make sure that judge that quit, we want to bring him back, because he was down with that. Hurry up, y'all. You can't say that. This is a major case. Some unalive, hurry up. But this ain't no traffic ticket. You say that on a traffic ticket. A fender bender, hurry up. That's enough to overturn the case right there. And all the stuff and inconsistencies of the 21 liars that took the witness stand. So all that, Miss Price, Miss Mills, all this was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. And that's all it was. So what the lawyer's doing is attempting to get us black folk to take the jury, stop saying, no, I couldn't give nobody no time. Once you say that, you off of that. You can't say that. Would you give him time? If he's guilty, yes, I can give him time. I can give a white person, brown person, pink person, whoever's guilty, and we have enough evidence, yes. I don't want no people like that on the street. But if you say, oh, no, I can't, I would never do that. I'm Mother Teresa. Once you go into that they're going to strike. So it's a con game. And like you said, well, I make $22 an hour. If I go down and make $8. So, okay, you make $8. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to sacrifice to save a life. So if you can be on that jury, God will give you back what you lost. You got to believe in God emphatically. Some of y'all don't. And some of y'all just know of God, but you don't have a personal relationship with God. Because if you did, you'll get on that jury. Get on the jury, stop worrying about that $8, and whatever you lost in 1 or 2 days, 4 days, God will give it back to you. God, what they done to the least of them, they also done unto me. So God will give it back to you. I'm a living witness. So again, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Get on that jury stand. Get on that jury pool where you can be there to give justice. Thank you.
Yes, and Lakeisha, on the last episode, we were talking about solutions and what we could actually do, and that's actionable, people. So don't run from the little jury selection notice. Don't run. We'll listen to just a few more minutes and then we'll move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're going back to the lawyers.
You can hear me, Trip?
Let me just add you on the live.
Yeah.
I'm for to add you to the live. So let me go back to this cover up. This cover up. I'm gonna call it a cover up because I call a spade a spade. It was a cover up. Drew, there is credible evidence that these boys have threatened people before and it was not utilized. There you go. Wadi, what up?
What's up, baby?
So I'm talking to the people about it. We trial attorneys, so let's let them know how I usually go. But I'm talking to the people about the Metcalfs threatening these cheerleaders, his attorney having that information and not using it to show them to be propensity to have violence.
Well, in our conversation with Karmelo's father, he shared with us a few things, and one of the things that he shared with us is that the attorney's reasoning for not sharing some of those things was, because the judge said we couldn't talk about character. Look, man, different attorneys got different approaches, but me, I'm getting into that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to stand up and show me what you're working with. You're going to have to show me you know what your objections are. You're going to have to show me you know all your evidence. You're going to have to show me that you got the balls to continue to go back and forth with me about this subject matter. You're going to have to do that. It ain't going to be no sit down, shut up now. I'm going to throw it out there, and if the fish bite the line, let's see what we can get done. But there ain't no way I'm sitting on that kind of evidence. And let me tell you something else. There's a specific, you got to know your evidence. There's a specific use for that information. That information wasn't improper character evidence. And Mike, if they tried to throw out what you threw out there, his propensity to be violent, and they fought that, we ain't even got to go that direction. But guess what he could have used that for? To show that he was the first aggressor. It's case law that shows that you could bring up specific instances to show that he was the first aggressor.
Come on now.
And to show that he was possibly the first aggressor in this instance as well. You see what I'm saying? I mean, what strikes me, man, and we were supposed to just get on here and give him a little tidbit and get back to the kids, but you know how we do. What strikes me, man, is, and y'all gotta understand, I don't get an attorney's business. You can ask Mike that. People come to me, well, Mr. Wilkerson, you trying to charge me $5,000? I just gave $4,000 to this attorney. You gonna get the money from him? Nah, fam, that's between you and that attorney. Like, I'm not. Well, should I file a grievance? Hey, man, that's between you and that. That's how I roll. I don't really do that. Look, when the restaurant get my food wrong, I don't even send it back. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of dude I am. I don't go after people's jobs, none of that. But let me say this, because I've been battling this all day on how I wanted to word this. I'm gonna just say it, man. I think this was a lynching.
It wasn't lynching.
I think that.
Don't think that. Say it.
You either got a high level of incompetency here, or you got a high level of involvement, and neither one of those is good. You either got a high level of involvement with the prosecution, or you got a high level of incompetency. okay? Which says, and you know, attorneys hate to hear this, but look, I ain't in this game to be liked by prosecutors. I ain't even in this game to be liked by defense attorneys. You understand what I'm saying? What it screams is ineffective. It screams ineffective. Okay? You argue self-defense. You argue self-defense. Then you don't even have your client testify. Self-defense is subjective, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get to watch me act in self-defense and stand back and say, "Oh, I wouldn't have did that." No, that's not the standard, baby. That's not the standard. Self-defense is viewing it from my viewpoint, and my eyes, and my mind frame, and what I knew about this person before I did what I did. You see what I'm saying? You got communicated evidence of prior violence, right? Things that Karmelo may have known about the Metcalf boys.
Teach, man, teach.
You also got uncommunicated. It's violent stuff that they could have did that he ain't even got to be aware about, y'all. It's too many roads to get this evidence in, baby. It's too many to just throw your hands up and not do it. It's just too many roads, man. You see what I'm saying? So my point to you is you argue self-defense, then you don't even have him. Well, this is what I do when I argue self-defense, okay? And people say, "Oh man, you all you do is represent murders." I'll have you guys know, and I really don't care if y'all like it or not, but I'll have you guys know that 95% of the time we argue in self-defense. 95, we not representing people that's just going shooting up the club and going shoot. That ain't what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So what I do, I say, "Judge, may the witness step down." May the witness step down. I put a chair right there in front of the jury box and I sit him in that chair and I psychologically go through each and everything he saw, each and every thought he had when he saw it, each and every thought he had when he saw it and thunk it and thought back to somebody else getting punked by this boy, or him knowing something that, you know, his propensity to be violent that don't. I get into all of that. Well, what were you thinking?
Praise be to God.
Please make the jury understand why you were thinking that. Please make the jury. Where were your hands at when you were thinking this?
Right.
Where were you sitting? Where were they standing when you were thinking this? Oh, he jumped over 3 bleachers to get to you. What were you thinking when this big old dude was running at you over these bleachers? Did you know what? Did you know why he was approaching? See, you got to go through step by step meticulously. That's why not calling him at all, ladies and gentlemen. Lord have mercy. I can't wrap my mind around it.
You
bringing up that issue about them having.
I'll pause it right there.
I like him more than the other one. This guy is prolific. The other guy good too, but you always have different kind of lawyers. You have some that's real fiery, some that's real directive, some that's more law, no more of the law. But this young guy got some Johnny Cochran in it. Because the propensity, how y'all doing? Y'all listen, this is by Karmelo and his lawyer speaking about why they didn't put Karmelo on the witness stand. So there was no reason not to put that child on that witness stand. He has no record. He's stellar. A year or two ago, he jumped in the pool somewhere and saved somebody's life. The boy is stellar. So there's no reason. The other 2 boys are thugs. So they that's what they are. They've been bullying people. Now I found out they bullied the cheerleaders. Who would bully a cheerleader? Why would a man want to bully a woman? TikTok. I don't understand it. Why would you do that? So these boys should have been nowhere on the campus or on the football field, track field, or nowhere. They should have been barred from all of that. But the school did not do their job. So the school is guilty, the father guilty, and them 2 boys, Inspector Hunter, who started it. So again, when they get to autopsy and prove that he never stabbed him, what are y'all gonna do then? And we get the guy that's seen the tape and the 2 women seen the tape, TikTok, what y'all gonna say then? 3 people seen that tape, but y'all disposed of it. It's just all of a sudden Miss Price disappeared. Y'all must really think we was born last night. We know y'all rotten and low down. We know y'all don't like us, but guess what? We your mother and father. Our life come from Africa. We're not black. The essence of us black. So all life and all colors come from us, whether you like it or not. We're not your mother and father biologically, but genetically, ask Mendel. The Mendel law will tell you who we are. So run from us all you want. But believe me, we're going to have the last word. And God said this. Y'all time is up. It's up. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. We finna outnumber y'all. But we're not going to do y'all like we did. Y'all do it. We ain't going to put you on a tree. But we're going to put you on court. And you ain't going to keep doing what you're doing because you got that Donald Trumpite in you. So that boy is innocent. He ain't tried to do nothing to him. The boy run up there and snatched him after he was going backwards. And the lawyers know this. They just don't want to put that out there right now. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this whole case was set up. And the lawyer was the worst lawyer. And we want his license. Not only the ineffective assistant counsel, he helped set that up with the DA. They worked together. I don't think y'all hear what I'm saying. They set this up. They talked about how they was going to cross this boy to Ku Klux Klan. That's what they are. So they weren't no lawyers. When you go and don't give justice, you no longer lawyer. You're Ku Klux Klan. And that's what they are. So again, and animals. That they didn't care about putting him in there. They want to give him more than 35. Believe me, they want to give him 50, 60. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing, TikTok, was a setup. And we have to fight for him the same way we would fight for you. We have to stop the injustice. And let's not even go to Walmart. That man seen that baby in the car. Not only seen the baby in the car, why was he shooting over there in the passenger seat? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I ain't never tell you that to the captain. Why did you just shoot at the driver then? Let's say the driver was coming at you. What you shooting over here for? That they ain't got nothing to do with the car. Won't you shoot the driver? You liar. Ain't no car was coming after you. You did what you wanted to do. You know that baby was over there. You didn't give a damn whether you hit it, the child, or not. A baby 1 year old and unalive become filthy, animalistic person saying they're police. That's why you good police officers got to work with us to get them animals out that place. They are animals in Ku Klux Klan. That 1 year old baby is unalive right now because of a filthy, rotten, low-down, skinhead. You gonna get it, boy. God gonna get you. I know you don't believe in God, but God gonna get you. TikTok, that officer that unalive that baby, God gonna get you, boy. And Walmart, let me say something to you. I'm praying we cost you $7-8 billion. I'm praying that we get hundreds of thousands of people, whatever we want out of Walmart, just get it out of there. I'm praying not only we do that, we open up our own Walmart. We'll open up our own HEB. If you don't speak up on this, we're going to come after you too. This is too much going on. Everybody, mouth muzzle, and a 1 year old child. 1 year old, 12 months. I'm thinking about it if it was me. 12 months. I'm with my mama in her arm, and the woman holding the baby up, showing you, hey, I got a baby. I got a baby. What you shoot on that side of the car for? That's the passenger side. Hold up. I'm gonna send you the link where you come on. I'm gonna send you the link. So what did you shoot on that side for? Ku Klux Klan, skinhead. What you shoot over there? Well, see, when Donald Trump told all the police, I'm clearing y'all for everything you did, Miss Price, that's why all this is happening. Good police officers ain't gonna affect them. But the 25-30% of the rotten ones is gonna affect them. They got on there for a gun and a badge purposely to take their racism out. We live in one country with two realities: one rich, one poor, one predator, one prey, one skilled, one non-skilled. Huh? Yeah. One black, one white. These people don't give a damn about us. We got some Caucasian people that George Floyd, about 50% of them was out there with us. But guess who they was? There was young people from 14, 15, 16 to 32 to 36. It wasn't nobody over 50 years old. Just a very few of them. See, the children don't really think like they think. And the children got black friends. So they trying to say, Mama, but I love her. I love him. I don't want you with him. But Mama, I want to be with she fine. And she don't look like that. She ain't flat. She fine. I don't want you with them. They going through all that. All of that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, and that rotten police officer, sir, you're going to get indicted and you're going to prison and you're going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. May God bless you. May God keep you. You are rotten to the core. You shoot in that car, number one, with the baby being anywhere in there. But you purposely shot over there where the baby was at. I just snapped to that today. I've been missing that part. Thank you so much, TikTok, for listening. Thank all my guests on TikTok. I ain't never had those 3 guests to stay on it this long. We appreciate you, TikTok. All of y'all for staying on with us. Miss Catherine, you can have it.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so I was going to switch, but I'm just going to give it 2 more minutes.
Yeah, because we need you. Yeah, they done prove their case.
Okay.
The brother knocked it out the park. He like he said, I can't wrap my head around it. That's it. That you didn't put Karmelo on that witness stand. And this the cold part. I ain't never heard no lawyer say this. And I'm gonna take a chair and sit him in the front of the jury, and I'm gonna that's affected. That's when I teach. I run in the audience. I don't stand behind no podium. I run up in the audience because I want them to feel me. Because I ain't playing. I ain't in there trying to make you feel good. I'm trying to make you realize that we have to get out of America. Revelation 18:4. Come out of her, my people. Come out of America and partake not in her sin. She have become the habitation of devils, from every foul and evil spirit, from every unclean caged bird. America say, I sit as a queen and I feel no sorrow. That's that bastard. America really feel they can do what they want. Donald Trump said today, ladies and gentlemen, guess what this fool says? He can do anything. He did it again. He said, I can do anything. He said, you got that kind of power? He said, I can do anything I want. The man believed that. That's in his mind. And the Republican been allowing him to do what he said. One Republican, Catherine, stood up and said, I can't go no further. I quit. The man quit. I'm talking about a senator. He said, I can't, He said, I'm messing my name up. My wife upset with me. The man quit. Resigned and left. Yeah, I'm going to get his name too and put it on him. Yeah, the man quit. I'm talking about a major senator. He quit. He said, I can't do this. I cannot let Donald Trump run my name in the ground. I cannot rock with you Republicans. Y'all won't say nothing. I've been begging y'all to say something. We need to get this man out of here and do a state of emergency, end the war. See, Donald Trump don't want to end the war. Let me tell you why he don't want to end the war. He knows once the war ended, Miss Price, they can go and get him out of there. As long as the war gone, he don't get out of there. Oh, y'all didn't know this? That's why he don't want the war. And he getting money off the war. Donald Trump done stole $176 billion. They already proved this here. Jasmine Crockett here. And guess what he told? He told his lawyers to go back and prove that I shouldn't have to pay it. Not that I'm not guilty. I shouldn't have to pay it. And I'm sitting up here with $4.90, and this man done stole $176 billion, and we ain't got our reparation. They owe us over $100 trillion. And we're up here working. They can't see night, they can't see morning, overtime. That's why on Friday, they let us dress out with our tennis shoes on, blue jeans. We go straight to the happy hour so we can be happy for an hour. Because we tired. Oh, I've been working all the week. Oh, give me something to drink. I'm tired, been on Mouse Jaw. That's why the club's wide open on Friday. Everybody tired. Now they give you the hookah pipe. So all this is a con game, man. It's a con game. That whole courtroom was Ku Klux Klan. The judge, the DA, the lawyer, all 3 of them working together. They worked together. The boy had a chance. Like the lawyer say, how can you see him grab his head? How can I wrap my head around this boy is super intelligent? And you don't put him on the witness stand? Are you crazy? Let the people know that he's not no thug. And he just saved somebody's life, swimming, getting them out the water. The boy is stellar. damn it, and we're going to win the case. We ain't just going to bring it back. We're going to win it, and we're going to sue everybody has something to do with it. Peace. Come on.
All right. Well, you set us up perfectly for this next big news story. It's a little different than what we are been covering, but hey, it's still about sentencing Donald Trump and justice in America. So here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
All right.
And he's accepted full responsibility for what actually happened.
Let me start
but he
over.
will never.
So what we're looking at is the 8 protesters.
And he's accepted full responsibility for what actually happened. But he will never accept responsibility for a lie, a government lie made to prosecute innocent people in order to get political persecutions, which they are now using as a blueprint to prosecute innocent people all over the country as domestic terrorists, which they are not. So thank you for putting up with that. And here's Ben's statement. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate cops. I don't hate Trump. I don't hate Nazis. My beliefs are composed thus. First, that we should help each other, and second, that we should protect one another. I never want to see anyone hurt. I never want to see good people standing up for what they believe in, gunned down in the street.
And it looks like they shot this. I thought this was more of a news story. But just to give the audience some context, today there was a ruling to sentence people of the Antifa movement. So Antifa is like an anti-fascist type organization, and they were protesting in ICE in Minnesota. And so I think one of them did unalive a cop. I don't know if it was really a cop or ICE agent. I need to research that. But he says that it was done so to protect the life of someone else. So I don't know what transpired there, but he got 100 years. Then the rest of the sentences went from 100 to 30 years. And the 30-year sentence was for somebody that they say was suppressing information. He wasn't even at the site. He wasn't even at the gathering. And he's gotten 30 years fed time. So Donald Trump considers Antifa to be his enemy. What makes this significant is if he can rally troops around people that he says are not for him and target these groups and have them persecuted at this high rate, these long sentences that seem to be questionable and a bit unsubstantiated, seeing as though he has pardoned the rioters from January 6th and is trying to give them reparations. So that's what made this significant. I'm going to play just a little bit more to see if the newscasters pop in, but that is what I wanted to show because I'm not condoning any type of violence, saying anyone needs to be unalived. But at the bare minimum, it just seems like our free speech is definitely under attack. There we go.
The DSA. I don't fear for myself. I fear for all of you. What will you do in this time of great failures and great injustices? What will you do? How will you help each other? How will you help yourselves? Thank you.
The sentence that she received today was 600 months, 50 years. I am livid. We got married in September 2024. I have at this point spent more time fighting this case for her like, and just keeping faith outside and just trying to do everything that I can for her, then we had time together as a married couple. And now the government wants to take her entire life away.
Our issue with this case has always been, this isn't a bunch of terrorists. This is a bunch of kids and young adults who really have a really big heart and really wanted their voice to be heard. It was never intended anybody get hurt. It was never intended that any shots would be fired. They really just wanted their voice to be heard and to make the people who they felt were unjustly in prison, make them feel better, make them know that they've got people out there. So we've come from this different viewpoints the entire time we've been here.
So that was from the New York Post. I'm gonna try to find something more comprehensive that we can talk about. But I just want you to notice that the people on those signs, while they're not Black Americans, but they weren't a part of the white American society either.
Well, it's not gonna work, Catherine. All them cases gonna be overturned. You cannot give nobody life, 60, 50, 10 days in jail for speaking out. It's not gonna work. The judge gonna lose his position. They got a thing up in New York by 25, 30, 40, some of the best lawyers on the planet, wrongly convicted. They gonna go after that. I can win that case sleep. I can go get in the lawyers, whispering in his ear. So that ain't gonna work. Donald Trump is a rotten animal. He has no respect. He's going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. He's being controlled by Israel. And something happened to him when he was a baby, when he was 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. Donald Trump is the anti-Christ. And he like Christ is. That's why when they asked him, was he going to heaven, he said no. So Donald Trump is trying to cross everybody he can. He's on the way out, and he's trying to take everybody with him he can. But believe me, all them people got senators, Miss Mills, all of them coming out. That ain't nothing. They coming out. That's you can't do. It's illegal sentencing. That's like me and you speaking right now. What they gonna do? Come take me off the show and lock me up?
Yeah.
It's freedom of speech. Them boys ain't did nothing. So all that these folks gonna rise up. Now, if you think China ain't watching this, you think China and Japan ain't watching this, you gonna see some stuff you've never seen. They're not gonna deal with us, but they're gonna deal with Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is anti-Christ. He's devilish, and he has walked into the devil's shoes. He's no good. He's animalistic, and he wants everybody to go with him. Mr. Trump, my name's Johnny Binder, Dr. Jeremiah. Come get me. Try it and see what God do. So again, ladies and gentlemen, the man is no good. They get him that kind of time because they spoke up. Oh man, please. Come on, let's go to something else. What's up, Marcus?
All righty. Welcome, Marcus.
Hey, happy Tuesday. Glad to tap in.
Happy Tuesday.
Yep.
Thank you for joining. So we're going to, you missed, I don't know if you catch it. You have to catch it on the replay. I'll send you the clip. But we were had a clip with some lawyers from Dallas that were explaining, how the self-defense should have been presented for Karmelo Anthony. And they definitely agreed that the attorney should have spent some time prepping him to take the stand and how it was necessary. So I just want to share that with you, but I'll send it to you so you can take a look. They're really, there's some dope attorneys out of Dallas. Go ahead, Jay.
To you, brother Marcus, they must have heard you last night. Brother, they came with it. The lawyer said there was no way. He took his hand and put around his head. He said, how in the hell that he didn't put that boy on the witness stand? Not only, he said they took him off the witness stand, put him in a chair in the front of the jury, and went step by step when they were running after you, what you felt. When they went after you, what you felt. And they found out the boy was bullets, and the boys threatened the cheerleaders. The cheerleader was scared. Everybody was scared of these boys. Everybody in the school, they done bullied everybody. I just found this out today. So again, what you said and what we said and what you said, And there's no reason for him not to take witness stand. He got a stellar record. That boy supposed to took the witness stand. It just made us know for beyond the shadow of a doubt that it's ineffective assistant counsel. And we're going to win that case, go back and win it all. He never stabbed him. The autopsy going to show that he pulled him into him like that, Marcus, because you that strong, I'm that strong. He pulled the boy into him. The boy was going backwards. He took his shirt and pulled him into him. And 3 witnesses seen it. Now they done made the tape disappear. So again, Marcus, we're going to win this case. We're bringing the child back. And we have to give justice to these children, because children, they stand down. If we can't get no justice, we might as well just do anything. Because first, stand your ground. But he didn't stand no ground. He was trying to leave. And the boy snatched him back. So he didn't stab him. But again, he should have took the witness stand. But they know if he'd have took that witness stand, he'd have said the same thing the man said. They snatched me into them while I was trying to get away. And the autopsy proved that the young man was not stabbed. Mother, we love you. And we ain't into unaliving nobody. But your son done it to himself. Let's go, baby.
Agree. Okay, we're going to shift gears a little bit. And the topic of tonight's show is United by Truth, Racism, Justice, and Accountability Across America. And on social media, we're starting to see an uptick in posts by white American creators who are speaking out regarding the racism of their culture. So just kind of giving us an inside view on what white America is thinking, and made me feel better, because I feel like I get gaslit a bit. I think some Black people feel that way. Because we be saying, it's institutional. And they be like, well, what's institutional racism? It's not institutional. Well, I didn't have anything to do with that. That was my ancestors a long time ago. I did it in slavery, blah, 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 blah. So, and I shouldn't have to be woke. I need, blah. I don't want my kids to feel bad. So all of that. And I love this. So we're just going to play a few minutes of the clip, and then we can come back and discuss. If you want to chime in, just let me know and I will press pause.
Saying more Black people get abortion.
Yes. So I looked
Okay,
at
why is that, white lady? White lady, why do more Black people get abortion? Because abortions are based on what? Lack of access to resources. No, because abortions disproportionately happen to impoverished people. Why are Black people more impoverished than white people? Because of white supremacy. So thank you for pointing out that people that have been forced into poverty through systemic racism of the last 200 years are forced to abort their baby more because of the lack of resources to be able to raise a baby. And then you, as a white lady, use that as your talking point to take the health care away from those same women that are suffering in those same impoverished neighborhoods, because you don't want to acknowledge the white supremacy behind it all.
This might be a hot take, but a lot of white people are not happy. There are 3 reasons for this. The first is that there is just a general idea of just hyper-individualism and hoarding of resources. A lot of them are extremely stingy, don't tip well, and also don't donate to local charities. They're very isolated, and what few friends they have, their connection is built upon shared bigotry, which is obviously not a strong connection. Number 2, a lot of white people feel a sense of emptiness. They have the job, the car, the career, the kids, the Bible, but they don't feel that sense of fulfillment.
Men are the mental health problem in this country. Jim Crow, white men. Slavery, white men. Segregation, white men. Concentration camps for Asian Americans in the late 30s and early 40s. 1,800 people died. How many Black people were hung from trees? 8,000. Let me guess. Oh yeah, once again, white men. The gun violence? 98% are men. 84% are white men, U.S. citizens. I see a trend. How about the Middle Passage, where 1.2 African Americans died? Oh yeah, once again, white men. Why was the Second Amendment written? Let me think. Oh, so Black people couldn't have their freedoms. So the white men could once again control them. Who's in the White House? An adjudicated rapist, convicted felon white man. Wow, I see a trend. But somehow Americans are just begging to blame a trans person, a non-white person. See, what happened to George Floyd is symbolic of what's happening in this country. The white man putting his knee on the neck of a non-white person and sitting there in broad daylight with the balls to say, who's going to stop me? And that's what we're seeing right now. So that's the question that we need to ask ourselves as a fucking country. Who's going to stop them? Because I'm just one person here. Now, I don't know about you, but I got friends and family that are sitting behind the white privilege, and I want nothing to do with them. Not because of who they are, because their lack of action. Martin Luther King said, history is going to remember not the people that did bad things, but the good people that stood by and did nothing. Because once again, the white man is hiding behind their privilege while everybody else is getting treated like absolute fucking garbage. Because it doesn't affect me. You don't even want to go on a general strike to stop fascism. Oh, I can't work. Oh, I got a job. White man is the mental health crisis in the United States of America. It has been since day one.
My God. Wait a minute, hold up. Stop. I ain't heard nobody on the planet Earth. We got to fan him. We got to fan him. We got to fan him. He got to come on the show. I've never heard in my life. I heard some great white speakers. I've never heard TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Marcus. No Caucasian person. He's one of my heroes now. That man spoke the absolute. Catherine, let me salute you now, because I didn't show you that when you found that. Look, let me salute you. Whoop. Young lady, that's the coldest tape you could fan right now to go. This man want to come on here so bad. Brother, you want me to send you the thing, right? Who is this? Oh, yeah. Let me finish this. Call me in 1 hour. We're on the show. The bus wreck. I got you. I love you. That's the bus wreck. Young man was run over at the bus today. Listen. Yeah, there's all kind of crazy stuff going on. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, now we understand why the one-year-old baby is unalive. He just said it. The white man is the problem in America. They the one the most murderous than more than anybody. They the one talking about who minus two. If we minus two society, who is minus one? So again, ladies and gentlemen, that guy, I want you to send me that tape too. We putting that tape in a commercial. Miss Catherine Mills, my producer, owner, co-host, anything you want to be, Johnny Biden, whatever you want to be today, whatever, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, whatever you want to be today, we got to take that tape and put it in a commercial with that white guy. That the way he explained that, he shut that woman down with them lies. It's them because of their systemic racism. It's a sickness. When you think you're better because you're brighter, you're not white European. Because white, this is white. You're not white. You're not white. So again, yeah, toilet paper. That's how you act. So again, and white you with it. Again, subliminal suggestion. So again, daytime is coming. We're not gonna hang y'all on trees, but we're gonna hang you in that courtroom. All of y'all guilty of something. We're gonna take you to trial. You're gonna get you a jury, get you a lawyer, and we're gonna try you. And it's gonna be a jury appeals because we don't want no excuses. 6 black, 6 white. And all y'all been doing all these atrocities, taking people's land and rotting them out and selling them in the law room. The doctors making mistakes and all the stuff y'all doing. Pausing the water in Jacksonville, 192,000 people. Pausing the water in Flint. Now you're pausing the cement over in Fifth Ward. You didn't know this, did you? They put cancer in the cement. She didn't hear me, TikTok. They put cancer in the cement. They got drugs in the food, Chick-fil-A, 50 man-made ingredients, Popeye. Then they got female hormones in it. That's why all the children now at 11, 12 years old got a Mr. Pad in one hand and a Bobby doll in another one. Baby, Mr. White Man, I love you, whoever you are. Catherine, that's the greatest thing you ever did on this show was him. That's it. Bring him back. Let's make a commercial tonight, tomorrow. We're going to play it for the next 30 days. He needs to be protected. He the one to be protected because they mad at him. a white man talking about the other. Look what he said. Catherine, he said, anybody in his family think like Ku Klux Klans, he don't want nothing to do with them. I don't think you heard what I just said. He said, anybody racist in his family. I had a man like that, Catherine, named Charlie Stewart. He stood against his whole family for me. And 3 years later, they run him over the car on West Ham. Yeah. Yeah, bought me a whole ranch to open up a boys and girls home. Bought me everything at the showcase window. So yeah, the man gave me some of my reparation back. And they run him over. It's my fault, so I should have kept my hands on it. But again, Catherine, that's the best tape, the best truth. You stand up now and say, I hit a grand slam. The man told the truth, what's wrong with America, better than any Caucasian I ever heard in my life. The Spanish man of the night is number 2, those 2. Thank you. May God bless you. We're running that tape for the next 3-4 weeks, and we're going to make a commercial out of it. Thank you, Miss Catherine.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm just debating. There's a comment in the chat that I'm looking at right now. And I know this person is a troll. They're looking for attention. The only reason I think I want to share it is because I know that is the mindset of so many. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the stage. Just saying something.
What is it before you do it? What is it?
Oh, okay. Well, no, I can read it. He said, there's a lot of stupid people. You can claim him, meaning that white gentleman we just spoken about, if you want. He probably compares trans rights to civil rights as the same struggle. I agree. Blacks have had it rough, but that was 60 years ago.
Please put him up. Put that up. Let me go and bust it. Put that clown up. Wait, what did he say? There's a lot of stupid people. You can't claim him if you want. He's probably compares trans rights to civil rights as the same struggle. I agree blacks have had it rough, but that was 60 years ago. All right, young man, I see you don't know. No disrespect to you. That's your opinion. But I'm not opinionated. I'm truth-nated. Let me help you. That wasn't no 60 years ago. That baby the other day, 3-4 days ago, that was right down the street in Walmart in Mississippi. Mississippi, wasn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're talking about. And if you're talking about the 4 young girls, they threw the bomb in the church and took their life. Okay, that's about 40 years. We go there. So again, sir, what they just did to Melo, that wasn't no 60 years ago. What they did to George Floyd, that wasn't no 60 years ago. What they did to Breonna Taylor, 31 shots in the house, that wasn't no 60 years ago. What they did to our sister in Prairie View, what's her name?
Breonna Taylor. Prairie View.
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland.
Her light out. She ain't done nothing to nobody, Marcus. Nothing. And they unalived her and forgot to switch her clothes out and hung her and lied and say she hung herself. The girl passed well educated. She in her car, and the window down this much. The police told her put her cigarette. I'm looking at this on the tape. He said, put your cigarette out. She said, I ain't got to put my cigarette out. And she don't. Ain't nobody got to put their cigarette out there talking to police. She said, give me the ticket where I can go. This fool snatched the door, drug out, and later on, she hung herself. So again, Trayvon Martin, the boy coming to the store, coming back with a hoodie on. They told Zimmer, leave him alone. Zimmer not even police, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He was a security guard or something. He not even police. Okay? This fool, the people, don't go. Now I want to go. No. Don't approach him. No, I want to go. Do not approach him. No, he's the nigga. Excuse me. I want to go. That's his mindset. The boy running through the thing, he stole some stuff out the house. But when you look in the stuff in the house, the boy wasn't never in that house. The boy ain't took nothing out of no house. It's a bunch of lies. Him and his son went behind with a rifle and boom. They got found guilty, thank God, by time. So again, the other boy, they choked him. Bron James had the whole NBA wearing shirts with choked on it. And the boy said, I can't breathe. Pamela Turner right here in Baytown, right down the street in Houston, Texas. Pregnant, 25-year school teacher. 25-year school teacher. Outlet had a ticket. I think the ticket was $130. We'd have paid it. We'd have just went down there and paid it. All he had to do was call a van or something and say, knock on the door, pay your ticket, we're taking you to jail. But he gonna wrestle her. He fat, overweight, eating pork chops and hamburgers, his stomach all over the place. He get up, staggering. He don't know the tape was on him. And shoot her 2 to the head and 2 to the body. And let him back on the police force. So young man, I can keep going on and on and on. So all this 60 years ago, you must talk about 60 minutes ago. They are still with racism, systemic racism. And what that white guy, that European, he's my brother now. What he said, when you tell the truth, you my brother. No matter what color you are. When you lie, you ain't nothing to me, black or white. But that young man, I love you, brother, whoever you are. I love your mother and your father. I'm so glad they brought you here. And the producer, Miss Mills, is going to fan you. We're going to put a whole, we're looking for you. We're going to put an APB out. We need you on this show where we can do commercials and tell the world what you said is the truth. We love you. And that young man just spoke. You don't know what the hell he's talking about. Bless you, brother.
He said, I get it. I'm just going to agree to disagree. But if I could add, I know those are wonderful examples you gave, Minister. I just want to add this. My mom remembers riding on the back of the bus. She's still alive. My mother. She still remembers riding on the back of the bus. And she's a thing, but she's not old.
You talking about your mother I met?
Yeah.
She was on the back of the bus?
She remembers riding on the back of the bus.
Oh, my God. Excuse me, time out. Sir, now what you got to say about that? what you got to say about that? I'm confused. But a police stopped me about 6 years ago and when it took his hand and put him in both my pocket, trying to make me go off and do something to him, unalive him or whatever, or knock him out. And I just looked at him. And I looked at the police. I said, you know this man? He said, man, get your hand out that man's pocket. So they've been trying to do that. 7 police officers jumped me. Undercover. And 5 of us went to the hospital, by the way. I got some real hands. And they ain't scared of none of them. And when we got to court, they bust my lip, my eye busted. They hit me in the back of the head with a gun, though. That's how they got me. But when we got to court, the judge asked one question. 7 of y'all jumped in? Did y'all ever say that? I said, no, Your Honor. They never said it was police. They couldn't lie because the 2 record drivers was there and waiting to say, no, they didn't. Boom, case dismissed. So y'all been like this, man. So young man, this the young man speaking again?
No, this is some other nimwit. This nimwit says, BS, the lie she wrote on the back of the bus because she wanted to. Now, my mom was a little girl, and she said that she felt so liberated when they went to Kansas City, because when she went to Kansas City, there was no segregation. And that was the first time that she didn't have to ride on the back of the bus, is when she went to Kansas City. So then we're going to fast forward, maybe 13 years from there. When we were going to school, she was going to school at Texas Wesleyan University, and it was 2 white men that suck a dog on my mama.
They sick the dog.
You come back. Yes, they turned a dog loose on my mother as she walked to the college campus. So whoever this Mike Krause is, bless your heart, bless your little dumb heart. We don't have time to argue with people like you, because see, we have real allies out there who have compassion, who understand, who are connected, who aren't fragile, who aren't attached to the illusion that white supremacy is somehow based on something real other than some imaginary construct to make you feel better, to make you feel superior, so you don't have to acknowledge the emptiness that you are not. So God trying to talk to you, Mike. God bless you and good night.
Yeah, just strike him out. We don't even talk to him no more. Black.
No, but the only reason I address that is because it's a prevalent mindset.
You did the right thing.
That's it.
I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad, Miss Angela Davis. I'm glad to hear you go right ahead, Harry Tubman. Go speak up. I can sit on back. I ain't got no problem with you speaking up. Black woman, speak up. I see now how to get you to speak up about your mama. Every time I want you to speak up, I'm gonna bring your mama up. I see something. I'm gonna call you.
It's not just my mama. It's just the audacity. It's the audacity of it all. I'm just like, we won't even go into the white deputy that used to come to my great grandfather's house and take his wife to go do whatever. And what happened to that poor white deputy, allegedly. So now y'all drop it, man. Drop it. Go forward and be great.
Let me get TikTok straight real quick. TikTok, I said this to you again. You said you want to restrict us for 10 minutes. TikTok, I don't know who you belong to. I heard China on y'all. Now China on for 25%. And I heard Donald Trump done got some of y'all. I don't know if it's true. But I'm trying to figure, what did we say wrong? All she was saying is what happened to her mother. We're not racist. We ain't never been racist. It's them. So what did we say or restrict? We don't talk hate. We teach solution. My show, our show, Miss Price and Marcus, here go a man got a multi-million-dollar store. She's happy how. You think he'll get on here with me if I was a racist and mess up his brand? That man know I ain't no racist. We don't speak like that. So I'm asking you, TikTok, I love how y'all treat us most of the time. But 2-3 times you done come up and said that somebody who worked for you, I guess they don't like me or something, and keep hitting that button talking about racist. She ain't said a word race. She said what happened to her mother on the back of the bus. And she was a child. She has a right to say that. That's the truth. And then they sick a dog on. They better be glad I wasn't there. And they sick the dog on it because you know what happened to the dog, right? Okay, then. So again, because y'all think dogs human anyhow. So again, the dog come from a wolf. So you're going to be with the wolf too? So again, we don't speak racism. We speak fascism. So I love you, TikTok, but don't accuse me of something that we didn't do. Please don't. We don't talk racism. We talk fascism. May God bless you. Let's go.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, Miss Price. Marcus, y'all have any comments before we move on?
Let's go. Let's go. They want to say something that's been said. Let's go.
Okay, I'm just going to play a couple of more clips from that one, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I love that. Don't get away from that. This is a white man speaking the truth.
Rule.
Listen.
It shows the subjugation of women, gays, immigrants, in service of white supremacy. And in service of one man, really. Because we've decided with this election to put one man outside the bounds of the rule of law. And it's going to be way worse this time. Because you just rewarded a criminal con man grifter whose back was against the ropes and who's seen no repercussions for any of his criminal acts or acts of revenge against his perceived enemies. You've given him carte blanche to do whatever he wants.
White people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our violence, white violence. No more deflecting, no more blaming everything on everybody else. Let's confront ourselves. White people in America, our history is so extremely violent. And instead of confronting that, we continue to blame other people for the issues and the problems in this country, instead of just taking ownership of our part to play in everything, which is a huge part. Can we stop scapegoating other groups of people, please, and just look at ourselves?
So I see, once again, we've had it put into our face that white folks, we are the problem. We're the problem. We're the problem. Our refusal to honestly deal with our history of hatred, racism, genocide is a problem. Our inability to see where the unhealthiness of our culture is the problem. Our inability to see how racism and Christianity all tied up in together is a problem, is the problem. And the biggest problem is that we do not see we are the problem.
Stop.
God bless everyone.
Ladies, wait a minute. Say, man, she cold as the man. Girl, where you? Man, look, say, you got a $1,000 bonus. Miss Catherine.
I need it tomorrow.
The company, you might have it tomorrow if we close. You got a brand new car coming, 2022, 24, 25, something, and a $1,000 bonus with a $5,000 credit card. That's on my mother, Nathaniel Bolden Bond. You have taken this show tonight. It's going to go platinum. You have showed the world, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Mills have showed the world tonight what's wrong with America. This is sad that to see these white people tell the truth, only God could have appeared in them for them to do what they're doing. It is so marvelous and beautiful and amazing, undeniable, irrefutable to see them speak such amazing, such facts, actual facts, that they are the problem. And you don't have enough Caucasian people that's speaking out like that, bold enough. And the other man say, y'all get this criminal, Carter Blanche in the White House, a criminal. And then get some people locked up today for 50 years, 60. Mr. Trump, you coming down. It's enough Caucasian people now that see that you are animal, you animalistic, you anti-Christ. 27 psychiatrists said you're the most dangerous man in the world in that White House. Ladies and gentlemen, come go with us. State of emergency. Let's indict Donald Trump. Not just him, his whole cabinet. It's a Rule 25 or something. Barack put it out where we get the whole cabinet. Just can't take him out because Vance worse than him. The whole cabinet need to go. Come on, sister, let us go. Let's go. It's good truth here. Let's go.
It is. Before we go on, I just want to kind of reframe this. When I was watching this, I used to have like not a whole lot. I had a number of white friends, right? And like, go hang out. Girl, what you doing? We're finna go to dinner. Me, your husband, kids, whatever, we chilling. And then I looked up one day and I noticed I don't have white friends like that anymore. I have one. What's up, Courtney? I think I own one.
I love Courtney.
I know. But when we cut ourselves off, you don't get to have those conversations anymore. So when I was listening to these people talk, it made me think about conversations that I used to be able to have openly, and just we could share, we could dialogue, and it kept everybody's minds open and fresh. And now everything feels so closed off and secluded, and I miss having that connection. Even if, like the little crazy person said, we agree to disagree, at least we could have the conversation and open each other's minds, and maybe even come back a week or so later and say, you know, well, I thought about what you said, and this is what I think now. So that's what I was encouraged. If all of your friends look like you, y'all are from the same background, same experience, and it's not just for Black people, the white people too. If everybody around you look like you, you're not growing. You're not growing. So here we go.
And have a beautiful afternoon.
A lot of white people are trying to come out online to expose each other.
Even if we don't own land, the cultural implications of colonization and the power structure means that we have a settler psyche. That's how our brain works. That's how we think. That's how we go in the entirety of the sense of self. in whiteness for white people is a fabrication. It is a lie. It is pretenders. We are imposters. That's why we have imposter syndrome, because we are imposters. Why do you think white people, especially white men, me, why do you think we're so fragile? Why do you think we can't handle conflict? Why do you think we run away all the time? Why do you think it's because we have a fragile sense of self, a fragile ego, and we're fragile because we are trying to keep up this charade of being superior, which is a fucking lie. The irony of a superiority complex is a deep sense of misery and fragility that makes life not enjoyable, because we are actually living counter to what is true to humanity, which is that we are all the same fucking species, meaning we are all equal, we are all worthy and valuable to the same fucking degree. But because we have so distorted that, because of our ancestors have so distorted that, maybe I should point down, they're certainly not going there. Because of that distortion, we are born in this psychological framework where we have this really fragile sense of self, and we're just trying to keep up with the Jones, keep up the fucking charade, and we don't do the fucking work internally to actually figure out how to root and ground ourselves in some sort of values, to respect the humanity of others, to respect the humanity of ourselves. And so we just pretend, and then we feel terrible. I'm an imposter, they're gonna find out, and then I'm a fraud. Well, you're a fucking fraud, and so am I, because we're fucking white Americans. Now, this is a little bit different for men and women. There is an imposter syndrome that exists under patriarchy for women that I'll never understand. And so I'm just speaking to the white portion of this. But if you are white, even if you're a woman, it's a little bit different, obviously. But like white people in general, we are fucking imposters, man. And we gotta confront that and look at it dead in the mirror. Because do we want to be fragile forever? Do we just want to like not be able to deal and handle conflict forever? Do we want to do this bullshit right to comfort forever? And I'm looking myself in the mirror right now. This is what I realized this whole last year. I am a fraud. I am a fake. I am a pretender. That's who I have been. That's not who I need to continue to be. There's a better world. There's a better life. There's better relationships. But the longer we run away from this shit, the longer we fucking hide, where are we going to get? We're never going to be good community members. We're never going to be able to practice actual revolutionary values. We're just going to keep in the same fucking bullshit, distant, non-intimate, fake, imposter shit. We have imposter syndrome because we are imposters.
White people have done every single thing in our power to make black people feel less than, to feel worthless, to feel inferior, and you didn't. We failed. We failed in that. We enslaved you, we beat you, we bred you, we treated you worse than cattle. We did everything that we could in order to make the black person in this country feel inferior. And you are still here and you influence everything. Every single day is influenced by a black person in some way. Music is influenced by black people. Fashion is influenced. The way we speak is influenced. Every single thing that is American culture has been influenced by black American. So as a white person, if your people have spent hundreds of years telling you that these other people are worth less than you, you're going to be fucking annoyed when they don't act the way that you've been told that they should fucking act, right? That's their mentality. That is what their mentality is. They've been told their entire lives that black people are inferior. And so when you don't act that way, it enrages them. And that is it. It's jealousy. The community that black people have in every situation, Montgomery, there was a hat thrown in the air and you guys jumped into action. It was, I am so trying to be respectful. I really not trying white woman tears this. Black women have the DNA for every single human on the planet. It is in your bones. You make it. And that is magic. So it's another,
Lord have mercy.
It's like, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. They're playing their role. It's just like the heteronormative way of life, right? Like you're assumed straight until you come out, because that's what everybody does. Everybody does it. And so we all play our roles that we are assigned, but black people in this country are not playing the role that was assigned to them in the mentality of white people. You guys aren't taking out our garbage. You're not taking care of our children. You're not in the fields. You know, you're educated. You are highly educated. Like, again, you are more educated. Black women are more educated today than every other class of person. And that happened in less than 50 years. It is jealousy. It is rage, and the fact that you guys are not playing the assigned role that they think that you should be playing. So I hope that this was respectful. And
but there's a huge...
No, stop. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where Miss Catherine got this at. I don't know if you hear what I hear, Miss Price. I am so relieved to hear these last three speakers, four, and each one of them had another depth of what they were saying. And now you can know Miss Price, Miss Mills. I honor you today like never before. I already knew you were smart. Me and Jackie even talked about it. But today you've never done yourself. So I'm gonna let you smell your roses right now. You know, you got 6,000 coming, 1,000 plus 5 in a car. You keep going, you press right. I don't know what else we're gonna do. But you have done a great work today. The greatest producing work you could ever done today. You have relieved millions of people from their racism, because it's better when they say it than when we say it. It's more effective, Miss Price, Marcus, if you can hear me, Marcus. It's more effective when they say it. That lady just said on national TV, when I was in Oklahoma, I told this white lady that I'm your father. She said, "Oh, yeah, I know." I said, "Well, go check criminal law." She went and checked the law. She came back the next day, Miss Catherine. She looked at me, oh, you are my genetically father. I'll never say that word again. She told me the N word. Yeah, school teacher while I was in prison. So again, this lady just said every life come from the black woman. Remember law and Dr. Leakey, we've been on that. The ISIS paper, Francis Cress Wesley just died 4 or 5 years ago. So again, Catherine, young lady, please hear me. You knocked the ball at the park, home run, grand slam. If I could bring you this mic, I would bring you the mic and just let you drop it. You can do what Barack did. Just drop the mic. You have hit the ball at the park. And I think Miss Price and Marcus, if he's there, knows what I'm saying. It's true. That's why you just brought that racism. That dude jumped on there talking about your mother on the back of the bus. So again, you are showing the truth, and this show will go platinum, and we'll be getting millions of dollars to go all over America with this show, because it's solution-based, and it'll heal people from their racism. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. They're very welcome.
Ms. Price.
What?
Taking.
You shocked too?
I'm really impressed. I am. I'm very impressed. Because just like you're saying, it's the younger generation. They're sick and tired too of being lied to, of being taken advantage of, and everything. So for them to do their own research and then to project it, I'm very impressed. Because I believe, like my generation and generation before me, we were just told to go along to get along, But now this younger generation, they're finding out their truth and they're expressing their truth, and I'm impressed.
Yes, me too. Marcus, you quiet over there? You must be worn out from yesterday's show.
You know, you'll be all right.
But no, I'm over here multitasking. I'm tuned in and multitasking at the same time.
We love you. Long as you here, long as we see that handsome picture of you, we good. Keep going. Let's go to the next one.
Huge difference between being not racist and anti-racist. Growing up as a white person, I was not racist. I didn't say the N-word, but I also was terrified to participate in any sort of discussion about race. I sort of just stayed out of it, right? I was like, this isn't a problem I contribute to, but it's also not going to be a problem that I help put an end to, I guess. Then I went to college at Brown, and that's where I learned that not being racist is in its own way contributing to racism. Because if you are too scared as a white person to call out the racism of other people or to critically examine your own biases, especially your implicit ones, that is still a contributing factor to the problem. And that's why I now make the content that I do, because I'm thinking back to all of these things that I heard as a child, and I'm seeing my entire life in a new light. Like, wow, this family was quite racist, this friend was racist, all these things that the people I went to high school with that they did, sort of critically examining it as well as my own biases. So if you are someone who continues to insist that you're not racist, you're probably contributing to the problem.
So black people are taking white jobs. China gave us the China virus. Haitians are eating pets. Puerto Rico's a floating island of garbage. What the fuck are white people besides gigantic pieces? That video was taken down after it went very viral because apparently there was a whole bunch of people who didn't like me talking shit about the white folk. But I'm here today on November 6th, the day we literally lost our democracy, to tell you that white people are the fucking problem. We've always been the problem, and we're always going to be the problem. I am not one of those fucking pick-me girls, okay? I am on all the marginalized groups' side. I will say fuck the patriarchy to anyone who will listen. This right here, this Donald Trump presidency for 2024, white. So it's, we let all of our black and brown and gay and lady friends, we let everyone down. Yep. You can only blame you, white people. And I'm trying to make this video so it doesn't come down, because you are the fucking racists in this country. Yep. I mean, you are the ones that called every marginalized group a slur, not the other side. Have the fucking day you deserve.
Racism devastates people from the global majority the most, obviously. Let's be really clear about that. But whiteness carries a cost for white people too. And I wish white people could get that into their heads. It shows up in how isolated we often are. In regions like the Northeast and Wales, over 90% of people are white British, and a third of white Britons say they have no friends from a global majority background. I mean, think about what that means. We are cut off from whole worlds of perspective, from different ways of thinking, problem solving, creativity, ideas, joy, humor, you name it. Instead of gaining resilience through difference, we stay small and we stay shallow and we cling to sameness, and I guess we call that normal. Whiteness looks like power, but it's really a cage. It cuts us off from the richness of life itself. Racism dehumanizes people of color, but it also diminishes white people. And anti-racism isn't charity work, remember. It's how we open the door to fuller humanity, connection, and possibility. I mean, it would be great if we did this out of the goodness of our hearts and for the sake of justice. But if that feels like too much to ask, do it for selfish reasons. Do it because your life will be richer, deeper, funnier, and better if you do.
Can we stop, for once, at least, maybe in our nation's history, stop trying to blame?
That lady say, do it for justice. That's the case, Catherine. They didn't give justice to Karmelo. That was injustice. And then they stormed the Capitol on January the 6th. And then he come president and let all 1,600 of them go. This the problem y'all don't know. It's a white lady She the only one out of 1,600 people wouldn't take it. She about 74, 75 years old. She said, I don't want it. She off the east. They said, well, why you won't take your pardon? Your record will be clean and everything. She said, I don't want my record to be clean. She said, I was with them. She said, they're a group that's not right. And I didn't know that that's what I was in. I was thinking, and she said, Donald Trump told them when they go down there that they were going to open the door and let them in the Capitol. She said, when I got there, I'm seeing them breaking windows and stuff. She said, I let it because I was talking to the police. The police let me come past the thing. She said, I was a part of that. She said, so no, I was with a coat and I would not let Donald Trump pardon me. I'm guilty and all the rest of them guilty. And this is what's happening tonight in that courtroom. That young man is innocent, all white jury, and the lawyer is with the other lawyer, which is a conflict of interest because they was in the same law firm. And he didn't put Karmelo on that stage because he knew it'll conflict everything else they were saying. And he didn't put the autopsy there because it was never stabbing. He was pulled into. So again, Miss Catherine, nice as I can say it, I'll be working with this real estate company and with the lawyers and everybody else so we can get you your bonus and the stuff. Tonight has been the greatest night you ever produced a show for God at the Johnny Binder Show, which do not belong to me. It belong to us, and it belong to God. I am not a CEO. God is the CEO. I'm a servant of the CEO. And thank you, Ms. Price, for thanking enough of us and me to give us your life with no pay until we get paid. You never ask for a dime. And every time we call you, if you're not asleep, here you come. Here you come. So we're going to do our show a little bit earlier, and we got to get you. And Marcus, for the have she's happy hair, and came from the Navy with all the great work you did there and showing young guys how to get out the ghetto and come back victorious and successful. I am so proud of you, Marcus, for what you done with me and for me, and how you took $800 and turned it to $100 million from 2012 to now. I pray in the courtroom that God give you justice because you deserve it. You're a good young man, and we love you, and you deserve the best. And God will make sure that you win that case and you get all them rat and roaches away from you and write your contracts down from this day forward. No one can mess with your brand or the work you've done. May God bless you. May God keep you. And Catherine, thank you. We be playing this for the next 30 days. I promise you. Let's go.
Hey, real quick, thank you. Appreciate you, Johnny. Appreciate y'all. I need all the prayer I can get. You know what I'm saying? Add my name to the prayer list at church. I'm definitely, keeping hope alive and fighting the good fight. But I definitely want to bring up, the Karmelo Anthony's new legal team. We got Russell Wilson, Michael Ware, Gary Bledsoe, Brooke Clues, Sean Derridia, and Justin Moore. So Justin Moore was the first lawyer that I called when I first got on the She's Happy Here dispute. And Justin Moore, everybody knows him to be, the amazing legal representative that everybody expects him to be for Karmelo. So I was expecting the same thing. And yeah, I was always hoping for that, still hoping for that. But I've, added more people to the team because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted after the first 2 years that we've been in court. I've been closing stores down. My bank accounts are empty. People stole my car. I got a weapon pulled out on me. It's just so much going on, and I haven't gotten the justice thus far. But yeah, shout out to the legal team, man. Shout out to everybody. But thank you for the blessings, for sure.
Let me say this to you, Marcus. You don't have to ask me to pray for you. I've been praying. I pray every day for you, not just for you, but for you to have the power, not just for your wife and your children, for you to have the power to show young people that they can take $800, then rob, then steal. You went over there to the Navy. You was a knockout artist. You put your gloves down and went overseas and came back. And you could have been knocked them dudes out, but you ain't did that. You in court with it. God is going to vindicate you. God is going to give you your stuff back. I can promise you, you're going to win that, because there's no way this fool can justify taking money out of your account, y'all account. It's illegal what he did. God going to get him. No doubt about it. You are a wonderful young man. May God bless you. God going to vindicate you. And that's why God put you on this show. This is not my show. This is our show and God's show. And we're going to have another show, Solution for Real Relationship for Justice. We're going to talk about justice and relationships at the same time. May God bless you, young man. And God going to bless you and your family. And she's happy hair, because y'all have taken care of a lot of people. We love you, brother.
That we do. And I want to tell you, woke up this morning. I was thinking about how you were blessed with that idea over the pandemic to start selling house slippers. I would have never thought that. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. And so, you have a lot to pour into not young people especially, but people of all ages. I believe we never cease being students that are willing to learn. And it's a lot of folks that are going to need a good business coach, because they're going to need to know how to pivot in this new economy that we have coming up with AI and online life. So just more power to you, brother. You have so much more in you than what you know. So much.
Amen. Amen.
Hit that thing.
Hit that thing.
That's for you.
Appreciate you.
We love you. We love you. Come on. Put them people back on.
We probably got room. Well, really, we're running out because we're already at 7.
Wait a minute. What was 152? No, we can't do no more. We'll say best for tomorrow. We do the rest tomorrow. And we're going to keep on. We're going to run some commercials and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for today. TikTok, you've been with us. I know I'm over 1,000. I know we're over 1,000. I see it. Oh, my God. Look at all these people. TikTok. Thank you. So we're over 1,000 over here already, y'all. But ladies and gentlemen, I am so blessed to have this producer. And this is my beautiful mother. So I'm going to tell my mother how great my producer is. And I'm going to tell your mother too. And we reward you, we're going to reward your mother. And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't think I was going to be this happy tonight, because something happened to me. I'm going to talk about it. And the speakers went out, everything went crazy. And I was trying to speak on Willie Lynch, 1712. But God didn't want me to speak. But I did text him. And they had a great conversation. But ladies and gentlemen, what Catherine did tonight, what God did through her and for her, and for millions of people that's going to see this, this is something we had to have. And I want to thank God for using her, Miss Price. I sent her at least 80% of the stuff. But I'm so glad I don't send her 99, because the 20-30% she come up with, this the greatest film, the greatest truth she could find. When you can heal people, and white folks now can see themselves in a mirror and say to themselves, I'm racist, I'm sick, I'm ignorant, I've been disrespectful, and these people have done nothing to me. And I picked up the racism from my daddy, my uncle, my grandpa, and we continued on with the racism. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to teach on racism tomorrow because y'all need to know. We'll still deal with Karmelo. He's all right now. We got the right lawyers, but we're gonna do a little bit. But I've never completely taught on racism. I'm gonna teach on racism where it came from. I studied racism, and I know exactly where it came from. It's a thought process, and y'all are sick. Y'all diabolical, and you need to repent and atone. You sending yourself to hell with a gasoline jacket on. I'm talking to you like this because I don't want to raise my voice at you. You sick. You need a psychosocial assessment and a Dianetic. You have become animalistic. It's in your Bible, Romans 1:28. 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator. 24, professing to be wise, yet become fool. Romans 1:24, so you know where I'm at. 20, I don't want to read 26 and 27. I leave them alone. 28, that ain't my subject. 28, God gave him over to a reprobate mindset. God gave you to an animalistic mindset. Disrespect your parents, being disrespectful, engaging in making evil things, cutting stuff off, growing stuff, putting stuff on. We have lost our everlasting mind. And now we marrying dogs. A dog spelled backward is God. Dog come from a wolf. A dog supposed to have his house. We supposed to have ours. But y'all done run that over. But again, because you was in a cave with the dog for 2,000 years. That's your best friend. My best friend is God. And so y'all can do what you want. But again, I pray that some Caucasian people come on here tomorrow. We coming back. And come on here at 6 o'clock and talk to us and repent and atone for Donald Trump and them Trumpanites. And then y'all gonna want $1.7 billion to pay them for breaking in the White House and insurrection. And we built this country and y'all ain't gave us $1, but you're gonna pay some thugs, some thieves, felonies again. And then Mr. Trump, you done stole $176 billion and they found you guilty. And you said, yeah, okay. And you said, told the lawyers, go back and just tell him I shouldn't have to pay. Not that he's not guilty. I shouldn't have to pay. Man, ladies and gentlemen, may God bless you. May God keep you. Let me give it back over to this great producer. I got one of the great, I ain't never said this neither. I got one of the greatest producers in the state of United States, Miss Catherine Mills, and she will go platinum and she will be a millionaire behind this show. May God bless you.
And bless y'all. Thank you for watching. Watch us on replay. Like, subscribe, share. Love y'all. Be good out there.
I am beautiful, proud. I must be respected. I must be protected.